everyone, welcome back. Today we are talking about nails. Now, I was not blessed in the nail department. My nails are so weak, so thin, so flexible. I mean, my nails just like, they bend. Like if I put pressure on them, they just bend like this. And that has like 4 layers of nail polish on it, and it still is just the most flexible nail. Anyway, basically, genetics did not do a good job with my nails. But over the years, I have discovered some things that help me keep my nails healthy, stop them from breaking, allow me to grow them long and have them painted and looking nice. So I'm going to talk about a few products and a few sort of tips. Just a little bit more about my nails in general. Like, I used to really struggle with them peeling. You know when your nail is like an onion and layers just like peel off and it sort of breaks this way and layers come off. Do you know what I mean? Do you know what I'm talking about? Like, I hope you do. Like, I'm pretty sure it isn't just me that happens to. And yeah, they would just be so weak and so just breakable, and growing them long was just a nightmare. Anyway, I've got 5 things to share with you that have allowed me to keep my nails in good condition. So the first of all is taking care of your nails from the inside with supplements. Now, everyone is probably familiar with the idea of like a skin, hair and nails multivitamin. Basically every pharmacy does them. This happens to be the Boots one, but you can get them everywhere. And this did help my nails, but the biggest improvement I noticed was actually when I added in omega-3. Now, omega-3 oils are just really good for you in general. I'm vegetarian, so you know, it's something that I might lack in my diet, not eating like oily fish and things like that. Obviously this is a vegan one because I don't want to take fish oil, but if you are not vegetarian, you can take like the typical kind of cod liver oil, fish oil type of tablets, and they're cheaper than getting the vegan ones, which are, I believe, made of flaxseed. Yes, they're made of flaxseed oil. So when I started taking this, I noticed a major improvement in my sort of breaks in my nails, that kind of onion peeliness that I was talking about. This really helped that kind of peeling thing. Like, it happened much less. Obviously it wasn't immediate as soon as I took the first tablet. You know, it takes a while to build up in your system, but after a couple of weeks and, you know, allowing my nails to sort of grow and get rid of the old horrible nail, I noticed that my nails peeled a lot less, and now they rarely do that at all. Like, no more onion nails, basically. Yeah, this really helped. So that's tip number 1 from the inside. Then in terms of the outside, I find that having healthy cuticles helps me have healthy nails. So I used to be really bad. Like, I used to trim my cuticles, you know, like with like cuticle trimmers, because my cuticles do tend to overgrow and be quite dry. But I found that I was actually usually getting a bit too aggressive with it and cutting off a bit too much. So now I don't like cut my cuticles at all. And instead, I use the Sally Hansen Instant Cuticle Dissolver. This is super effective. You just basically put it all around your cuticles, and then after about 15 seconds, like no time at all, you can push the cuticles back with these kinds of wooden cuticle sticks. And I find that that basically gets rid of enough cuticle that I don't have to go in with those sort of cutters and trimmers and risk going in too far and damaging my cuticle. Then I put on top a cuticle oil, usually something like an almond oil, something like that, and just to moisturize the cuticles and keep them healthy. So with having healthier cuticles, I now have healthier nails. And I know how tempting it is to go in and like cut and trim them if you have cuticles that overgrow, but I would really recommend using something like this instead of cutting them, because unless you're a professional or like very good at it, it's very easy to just cut too much off your cuticle, like, and make them, you know, like I've actually accidentally made my cuticles bleed by cutting down into like the healthy tissue, and you don't want to do that. So that's number 2. Number 3 is that unless I am putting nail varnish on, I do not use any kind of strengthening, hardening base or primer. Now, I know these are really popular, like Sally Hansen, like Miracle Grow, and there's hardening ones, and there's all sorts of different ones that are meant to help your nails if your nails are weak and breakable. But I personally find that they just make my nails brittle. They might help them grow for a bit, but they contribute to that kind of onion peeling situation I get and just make my nails very dry. So unless I'm putting nail varnish on, I just avoid those things. Like, I personally have not had success with them and I don't recommend them. But when I am putting nail varnish on, I obviously do put on a primer, and I personally really like this one from Maybelline. It's really, really thin. It sort of semi-absorbs into your nail, it feels like. And this, I think, is a really, really great primer, like for weak nails. And I do think that it helps my nail varnish last longer and it helps my nails stop breaking. But I only use it when I'm wearing nail varnish. If I'm not putting nail varnish on my nails, I just leave them alone, let them breathe, put oils on them, let that soak in, and just don't like use those kinds of hardener type of things. So number 4 is this thing. This is a shampooing brush. Now personally, I find that the number 1 way I both break my nails and also destroy my nail varnish is by shampooing my hair, because hairs are so thin. Like, hairs like on my nails are like, you know, like cheese cutter wires, where you like pull it over the cheese and it just cuts through it really nicely. I find that if I get like a tiny little, not break, but you know, we get a tiny bit of roughness maybe on the outside edge of your nail, and then I get a hair caught in it, because hairs are so tiny, they can get caught in like the tiniest little gap. And then as I'm shampooing and I'm like pulling obviously my hands backwards and forwards, if that hair is stuck in there, it just like cuts into my nail like a cheese wire. Like, I really hope that this is something that other people can relate to and it's not just like a weird me thing. But I do find that literally hairs will get into any tiny little crack and then just like make it into a bigger break. And I used to break at least 1 nail every time I shampooed my hair. But this is great. Literally, I smooth my shampoo on with my hands, but then all of the rubbing I do with this. Oh, it's got a little bit of water inside of it. I just got it out of the shower. But these are really effective. They really help sort of massage the scalp as well if you like quite a vigorous scalp rub when you're shampooing. Like, these feel really nice. They're quite good for helping with dandruff if you have like dandruff that's stuck to your scalp. And yeah, they just save my nails, and I break my nails so much less now that I use this. Now I just never break my nails in the shower, and it used to be every time. So this has been great. And finally, a little bit about filing and shaping your nails. So if you're like me, your nails don't grow in like the most attractive shape. Like, my nails kind of grow like this, so they get like wider towards the top. So I usually have to like file them round into sort of a more semicircular sort of oval kind of shape, because otherwise they just look like shovels kind of. But I found that if you use a rough, like typical nail file like this on the sides of the nail, it really contributes to those little breaks you get coming in from the sides. So if I'm filing the edge of my nail, I never use this kind of nail file. If you've got one of these 4-sided things where you've got the smooth and shine and everything like that, I use the remove ridges side, which is still, you can hear, got some like bobbliness to it. It does like file off the nail. It does it slower obviously because it's not as rough and it's much gentler. And I find that using this on the sides of the nail means that I don't get those like little tiny tears and cracks that contribute to my nails breaking. So I find that these are really good, and this side in particular is really helpful for filing the edges of my nails and not breaking them. So that was basically my 5 tips for growing weak breakable nails. You've got omega-3, you've got removing your cuticles in a healthy manner and keeping them healthy with some oil, you've got the scalp shampooing brush, the avoidance of almost all strengthening type of nail varnishes, but the use of a good primer when you do apply nail varnish, and your nail file here. So these things have made a really big difference to my nails. You know, one thing by itself helps, but I find that this combination, which is, you know, just part of my daily life now, I use this probably like once a week, that my cuticles grow real fast. You have to like base it on your own cuticles obviously, and how overgrown they are and how fast they grow, but mine grow a lot. So, you know, this goes into my 2 months a week, this is every day, this is like every shower, like this is all just like daily little things that together sort of build up to help me grow my nails and stop them breaking. So that was everything for today. I hope you found this video useful, and I'll be back soon with more makeup, skincare, etc. Yeah, so if you found this helpful, please subscribe or check out some of my other videos. Lots of makeup-y type of stuff. Okay, thanks for watching, guys. Bye.